We're here down to the final hour of the Northeast Motorsports Expo at the Augusta Civic Center. Show's been a tremendous success. We're going to go around and catch some of the thoughts of some of the people that participated in the show this weekend. Steve Perry, of course, is off taking care of business, so we hope you'll enjoy some of these upcoming interviews and highlights from another successful Northeast Motorsports Expo at the Augusta Civic Center.
Well, thank you, Dan, for opening up everything, and I can't thank everybody enough once again that participated in the 28th Annual Northeast Motorsports Expo. Seemed like it was just the 27th, and now we're already through the 28th, and what a great time that many people had up there, and you know, the sponsors that help us, and the vendors and the exhibitors and their teams, and I'm going to tell you, the thing that shocked me, and I was talking to Judy Green about this as everybody was loading out, the amount of race cars that as we were leaving the building that were firing them up and driving them out of there on January 10th, 3, 4, in some cases 5 months before their tracks are ready to go racing, they're ready to go racing. And that's a testament at how excited people up here in the Northeast are about not only their racing teams, but the show, you know, wanting to put their best product out there for the show. And you know, lots of comments from people, how full the exhibits were, how nice the car looked, you know, the displays, and like I said, I cannot thank everybody enough. And if it's something you want to consider in the future, you know, pay attention come fall as we start sending out our paperwork and inviting people and vendors and exhibitors to participate in the 29th annual. And you know, next week's show we'll have a lot more on it and talk to, you know, a little more, break down some of the things that we saw, and you know, some more highlights of the Pit Crew Challenge, which we're going to talk to one of the winners later on in the episode. But you know, that's a great time. We're already going to make some changes next year. We're going to do a division that's just going to be strictly kids, you know, with a couple of male coaches, you know, adult coaches. So that'll be pretty cool, and that'll be fun. And you know, giving the kids, because they love to sit there and watch that, so giving them the opportunity to participate will be fun. So like I said, and you know, thank you to everybody that helped. You know, Dan, Sue Walker, Leela, you know, my daughter Alicia, my sister-in-law Michelle, you know, Louie, you know, Breck, Tanya, you know, Melissa stepped in, the Wiscasset girls, you know, stepping in when I'm overstressed, trying to peel the stickies and stick them on and that, and another thing, a little shout out to, and I want to touch more on it next week, but you know, Tom Mayberry and Mike Mayberry, you know, willing to take a chance and bring the Pass North banquet to the Augusta Civic Center on Northeast Motorsports Expo weekend. And we're going to touch more on that next week, but, you know, show some photos, and, you know, what a hit that was. And, you know, a lot of comments from people on Saturday, and me in particular, you know, I thought I was at a prom, you know, but see people walking through before going to the banquet. So I appreciate all that, and, you know, supporting us as we try to give back to motorsports as well. So thank you to everyone. So we take a break, come back, and show some interviews with some people that were up there participating in the 28th Annual Northeast Motorsports Expo.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the Pass Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Our competition thinks we're crazy. You decide. Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. We need to sell 30 more campers before the snow flies to make room for all of our incoming snowmobile trailers. We've got over 50 new and 50 used campers, our largest used inventory ever. Make us an offer. Seriously, make us an offer. Save thousands, not hundreds, on the deal of a lifetime.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Come on, make us an offer.
I'm Dan Wolf. We've been selling and servicing vehicles on Route 25 in Gorham since 1972.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. I personally drive and inspect every vehicle that we sell.
At 21st Century Motors, we have a great selection of vehicles and financing for all credit scores.
At Wolf Auto Service, Our ASE certified technicians do quality auto repairs at just $58.50 per hour.
Get more for your money at 21st Century Motors.
468 Main Street, Gorham, Maine. Online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and such a huge undertaking to put on an event like that, and you know, my hat's off to the late Tim Attire, who did that for 21 years, and not that you have to upstage the previous year, because it's not all my doing at all, it's all your doing. The people preparing the race cars, the tracks putting the booths together, the organizations being involved, the vendors that want to come participate, putting their best product forward, and then the fans walking through buying into it. And so I just like I always like to say to people, I just the straw that stirs the drink. But the sponsors, Team EJP Racing, and that's called Team EJP for a reason. And Peter Prescott, since I took over Mainly Motorsports, has been a supporter. The show has been a supporter, and the people that are involved with Peter that I deal with, Adam, Tom, the guys that set the booths up, Ed Chapman every year, those are guys that, they really appreciate Peter because Peter appreciates them. And, what a great company EJP has to be to work for. I mean, I deal with Beth, Peter's just, secretary, and, such a, every year, so pleasant to talk to and deal with and set up all the arrangements, and, really, my hat's off to them, and thank you, Peter, for everything you do, and so looking forward to being at the Augusta Civic Center the next time. Probably you'll be there too. I know you'll be there when we, or I say we as I'm talking the motorsports community, induct you into the Hall of Fame, something that is very well deserving going into the main Motorsports Hall of Fame. So congratulations to Peter, and look forward to that when that takes place in April. But the Quirk Auto Group, they've been with me since my first show, and each year the display, and it's a chance to talk to the reps and the people that work there. Not only sell the cars, but sell the parts and the paint and all that. And John Raymond's really stepped up, and each year a little more involvement, and I appreciate that. And Sunoco guys, New England Racing Fuel, Mike Joy and John Holland, they've been a supporter. Every year they come to this show. It isn't to sell fuel, it's to meet their customers and meet the tracks, and it's just to spend a weekend of mingling. And like you'll hear Charlie say all the time, this ain't work, it's a vacation, come up here. So appreciate them. And Kevin O'Rourke, former racer, now in a management position at Town Fair Tire, stepped up a few years ago with the display, and this year got more involved and was the presenter of the awards. So really appreciate them, and Town Fair Tire, and we got weather in the area. Think of them when you're getting, you need those snow tires, as they support motorsports. And thank you to them. And Lee, call him my lame brain partner, because any lame brain idea I come up with, he's right with me. I don't know, we always wonder what's next, and every time we do it, we say, well, that was good, what can we do next? So 4 Season Synthetic, and I know, we all have our favorites, we all have our products, and we all have all of that, but Amsoil, really, you guys, this guy gives so much back to the sport. That's the guys, these guys I just mentioned, as well as Lee and other supporters and vendors that were up there, and advertisers that we have on this show. Those are the ones that I encourage you to support, because they support me, they support motorsports as a whole. And it's funny in particular, one of the things this week, Sean Moody, comes up to the show, the auction, walks around, good to see him there. And Moody's Collision Center, they do so much with us, and so supportive of everything we do. And so I encourage all motorsports people to not only support who supports us, but who supports these racetracks, and who supports your friend's race car. Think of that next time you're going out to eat, or you need that convenience store, or buying a car, whether it new or used. Think about who supports the sport. And in saying that, we're going to talk to a few of the new people that participated in the show this year. And then when we come back in segment 3, we're going to hear from some of the sponsors of the show up there that helped us out this year and was able to put that on. So enjoy these next two segments. And thank you to Corey Creamer for everything he did this past weekend. You know, stepping up and being a part of Mainely Motorsports with some interviews, but then on the PA does a great job. And one of the great finds, one of the good things I've done with the shows is get him in a position, turn him loose, and let him do his thing. So enjoy these next two segments with some interviews from this past weekend's Northeast Motorsports Expo.
All right, guys, I'm over here in the corner with Steve Benner of S&S Performance. I'm having some trouble with that. S&S Performance, and we're surrounded by high horsepower engines over here, and it's not normally it's just Chevy or it's just Ford. We got Chrysler, Ford, big block Chevy, all kinds of fun stuff going on. What's going on over at S&S Performance?
Well, what we build is high performance engines.
Do you specialize in anything in particular? I mean, most places, like you take a Chevy guy, they don't work on Fords. You guys do it all.
We do it all, yeah. We got a pull truck. This is a Superstock 500-inch big block Ford. That's a 500-inch big block Chevy drag race. The one we got over here, that's a Dodge. Actually what it is, it's an old 9-to-1 Craftsman truck engine from Joey Arrington. That's who actually built that one originally, and we freshened it up. This one here is a road course engine. It's street and it's a small block Ford. It's 363 cubic inch. Yeah, we just dynoed this a week or so ago. That made 425 horse, 445 foot-pounds of torque. This is a good one over here. This is a drag race. It's a 434 small block Chevy. Yep, it's a girl.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's about 90-pound girl that runs this. It runs 509 in the 8th mile.
Wow, so you guys aren't just strictly drag race motor. I see, like you said, mud truck. We got an old NASCAR style engine over here. It looks like a dry sump. Now, what was the RPM on that? What's this little Ford motor turn up to?
This engine, if I remember correctly, this one it peaked at about 6,000 RPMs. Idles at this thing will idle at 700, 800 RPMs. It's actually got a nice little rumble to it. The man that owns this engine, he's 73 years old. He bought the car brand new. It's a 1987 Mustang Saline.
Oh, wow.
And he runs it at Watkins Glen like a hobby thing. But the car's only got 14,000 original miles on it. So.
Well, it definitely seems to be like everybody wants a streetable performance engine now, something that they can run off pump gas or lower octane race fuel, drive it to the track, and show everybody what they've done.
Right.
Well, how does somebody get a hold of you guys at S&S Performance?
We don't even have a phone, but there's three of us. My partner Steve and Dave Raleigh works for us, and we all do like cell phones. So our card is there's three phones. You can get a hold of me personally, Dave personally, or Steve personally.
So basically, you got to know a guy who knows a guy to get a hold of the legendary S&S Performance Group.
We try to stay hidden a little bit, you know.
All right, well, they got a great display over here. If you're just walking around, you're just getting here, come check them out. S&S Performance. Thank you, Mr. Benner.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, welcome to the 2016 Northeast Motorsports Expo. I'm here with Gary Crooks. He's with the Grip Seminars, and he's got a beautiful display. He's even got a carbon fiber table over here. So what's going on with Grip this year?
We got a great seminar planned for February of 2016 at Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, and we wanted to come up here to the Expo to generate some interest and let people know what we got going on.
Now, obviously, your name says it all, Grip, but exactly what are we talking about? We're talking about chassis setups and bump steer and everything else that's going on?
Every aspect of racing, yeah. We bring in the industry leaders and discuss all different topics, whether it's bump stops or aerodynamics, and we'll take the attendees to the wind tunnel and show them what a car looks like in the wind tunnel and what we're learning there, and setups, geometry, motors, carburetors, I mean every aspect of the race car.
So a lot of guys around here, they're very clever at making these cars go round and round, but if you're looking for the next level of traction and being able to make it through the corner, how do we get a hold of you guys?
Well, you can come and see us at the booth down here or gripseminars.com.
All right, thanks for your time, Gary, and check them out on the website and check them out here at the show. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I'm over on the backstretch wall here with Jeff Schock of Oxford Dragway. Jeff, what a great year. I got to come to a couple of your events. We had a blast, and 2015 was a great year for you guys.
Absolutely. Obviously, we got started in March, and it was a crapshoot for us to know what was going to happen. But with the people that I surrounded around me and the people that came, the fans, the drivers, it was 100% an absolute home run.
I'll tell you, a lot of people like going to a track where they can throw an idea at the owner and he actually listens. And Jeff, you guys did almost everything anybody asked for. Caleb did a knockout job on your weekly reports and as an announcer. The smoke shows, people eat that stuff right up, and you guys supplied it. It was great.
Well, it isn't. You have to listen to the fans. You have to listen to the drivers to get them to come back. That's easy. That's 101.
You guys brought back the show shine and drag, which everybody missed. You brought it back. It wasn't as great as we wanted it to be, but it's going to take time to build it up, and it's going to happen again in 2016.
Yep, absolutely. We're going to build that, hopefully. I think the rain out last year hurt us with that, and we had to take that later on in the year, but we're definitely going to build on that and try to get it back to the way it used to be.
So what's going on with 2016? I see posts every other day on Facebook about another group of guys that are using your venue to put on a race that they're putting together.
We haven't stopped. The gates have closed, but the phones are still ringing. The computers are still zinging. It's just we got grudge matches coming. We have import races coming. We're doing the Kathy Hyde race again. We're doing we're going to pick up the hot rod reunion that is not going to be at New England this year. We're going to bring that to us this year. It's on and on. Like I said, we haven't stopped. The gates are closed, but we're still climbing.
Now, with all the street outlaws and all these shows you see on TV, they're racing on the streets, you guys are a legal place where everybody can go, and you offered the fastest streetcar, the Predator of the Plains, to your public, and you ran it all year. People climbed, they dropped, people broke. It was a great thing to watch, and it turned out to be a great program for street racing legally.
Yeah, I think that was one of our better deals there. That's kind of a split crowd. You have the bracket racers, you have your index racers, and then you have your heads up racers. These guys that want to be the fastest. There's a split crowd there. There's guys that will bracket race, that will heads up race, but there's guys that are coming that just want to be the fastest car at Oxford Plains Dragway.
Right, and you also brought in New Hampshire. I saw two racetracks come together. You had the 207 against the 603 heads-up street racing. You tried to match them up as best as you could, and it was a blast. Those guys brought some serious horsepower down.
Oh, yeah, and we made some good friends, some good contacts there. They did beat us that day. This year, they're not going to beat us.
That is your challenge, New Hampshire. You're not going to beat us this year. Well, Jeff, thanks a lot. You have a great display. We're glad to have you here at the Northeast Motorsports Expo.
We had a blast. We'll be here again.
All right, thank you. All right, guys, I'm over here with New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and I'm here with Ryan Ooks. Ryan comes here, he helps set up the booth. I've seen him, he's jumping around on all the staging over here, but he's staying on the ground today for us to talk to us about New Hampshire. Now, what's going on? I heard you guys had a knockout season in 2015.
Yeah, this past year, I should say, was a really big year for us. We had... in March, we found out that we were hosting the 2015 U.S. Legend Car Road Course World Finals, which was the first time that type of event was ever in New England. So we had a total of 7 countries racing that event. We had people from all across the United States. We had Canada, Finland, South Africa, Russia, UK. We had all those countries there at that event, and so it was a big success. Everybody was really happy, really pleased with it. So we're hoping to bring that event back, not every year, but kind of do a rotation of it. So we're looking forward to having that event back at NHMS.
I know you guys actually brought in a local legend in this area, in my eyes, Bobby Weymouth in the 399 car. I've been watching him since Legends showed up, and this guy, he's kind of like the godfather of Legends. Everybody goes for him for advice, and they watch him pass him on the high side at every race.
I'll just say Bob is Bob.
And those of you who know Bob know he's exactly right. So what's going on with 2016, the upcoming year? Big plans?
2016 is it's going to be a big year as well. I mean, we got racing continuing at NHMS. We're going to have the Legend cars and the Bandoleros back there. Right now we have a 14 race schedule planned tentatively for the road course for Legend Cars, and we have right now we have an 11 race schedule for the mini oval that we do in NASCAR turns 1 and 2. Last year we also tried out a couple different racetracks last year, so we're kind of keeping an eye out for this year, see what we're looking at, and hopefully we're also trying to look at some ideas of possibly coming up to Maine as far as trying to bring the Bandolero class up here. So.
Well, great. I really appreciate your time. You guys are a huge supporter every year. You get the front row seat here, and we're really glad to have you. Thanks for your time, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you guys for letting us come here. Big thanks to Steve Perry from Mainely Motorsports for inviting us every year. It's always a great year for us here, and we always enjoy coming here.
All right, thanks from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. All right, guys, I'm over here on the center aisle with Spencer Robbins from Redline Performance, and we're sitting in front of this beautiful Mustang. What year Mustang is this?
This is a 1966 Mustang. Happens to be my father's.
I heard it come in, and it sounds amazing. 289 with fuel injection.
Fuel injection, it's the Hawley EFI Terminator, and it's got a thumper cam that gives it the sound, so it's definitely a sleeper when you see the white walls on it.
Definitely. We love seeing that. Now, Spencer, your name is popping up all over the place. Everybody wants to know, how do I get a Redline racing engine in my car? Let's talk about some cars that you have your engines in right now.
Well, my brother's a 36. Got Redline all over it. I also do my cousin's modified engine. I work with Jason Ricker and Reed Lampfer. I've been really pleased with the amount of customers I have. Dan Winters and everybody. There's a lot of people here that are supporting me with my business of building the engines.
Now, when it comes down to race engines, you do have the whole machine shop. You get everything done. You're doing crate motors. You reseal. What's going on?
I am now ACT approved, so I can do any ACT engines. I do a lot of the past 604 crates. I do some built engines, but with the Mustang here, I'm also trying to advertise the muscle car part of it. I've done a lot of 66 GTOs and some Comets and stuff, so I'd like to do a little bit of everything.
Well, great. If you guys have any questions on race engines, you need to talk to this guy. This is Spencer Robbins with Redline Performance Engines. Thank you, Spencer.
Thank you.
Remember when you picked up a car key at the local hardware store? Then they said the car dealer was your only choice. Now there's eKeys for Cars, the fast, affordable solution to your car key and remote needs. Spare or a repair, you'll be serviced by eKeys trained technicians while you wait. And yes, eKeys still handles emergencies. But why wait? eKeys for Cars. Trust them with all your car key related needs.
They raise the bar. eKeys for Cars.
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems. Even collision avoidance systems. Not available in all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel.
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 9 locations in Maine.
Here we go again. Snow, ice, and freezing rain. Be ready with a new set of winter tires from Town Fair Tire. We stock Michelin, Goodyear, Bridgestone, Firestone, General, Uniroyal, Toyo, Yokohama, Continental, Pirelli. Every name brand at the guaranteed lowest price. Get to Town Fair Tire today and drive with confidence this winter. Because when it comes to saving you money on name brand snow and all-season tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
All right, guys, I'm over here in the far corner by the food vendors here, and we're here with Sunoco Race Fuels, and I'm here with Charlie Holland. Charlie, everybody knows if you want to go fast, you got to run Sunoco Race Fuels, but how do we get a hold of it?
Well, we have a lot of distributors all throughout New England. We handle basically every racetrack you see behind me in New England, so most anyway, or you can always call our home office, which is in Burlington, Connecticut, and our secretary can tell you where the closest place to get your fuel, their number, and what they have in stock, so you could make your own arrangements.
Now, a lot of people don't understand that these race cars are higher compression. They take a special kind of fuel that you can't get at the pumps. What octane do you guys offer?
Well, we go from 98 up to 116 octane, depending on the what process you need, you know. I mean, big high-end machines, and then you have the everyday, not little, but very popular street stock guys. And a lot of times they don't really need the lower octane gas. But the consistency with our fuel is it's the same all the time, no matter what. So fuel only allows you to get out of your motor what's in it. If you don't know how to do it, it doesn't do too much for you. It doesn't do it for you. But it allows you to get the maximum out of your engine is what actually fuel does.
I do know that a lot of guys with like the small engine stuff, the go-karts and stuff like that, snowmobiles, they're not liking this new fuel on the pumps. It's not a good mixture. It gums up in these small carburetors, and a lot of guys are buying the Sunoco race fuel to keep their engines clean.
Yeah, well, we have all the new fuels where Optima is the newest brand that takes, you can run it. It's good for 2 to 3 years. There's no ethanol in it. So you don't have any of that problem that the normal fuels every day give you that problem.
Well, I really appreciate your time, and make sure you guys come over, check out the booth, see where you can find all this race fuel sold per gallon right at the racetracks. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And thanks for letting us come here. We appreciate it.
All right, guys, I'm over here at the Cork Auto Group, and I'm here with John Raymond. John, you drew the shortest straw, so you get to talk to us here today. You're over here. You always have a huge booth. You got a Mustang over there. You got all kinds of fun stuff. And I know the kids always love coming here to talk to you. Let their parents talk to you while they play the beanbag game. But what's going on with Cork Auto Group in 2016?
Well, we're statewide, Portland, Augusta, Bangor. We wholesale parts. We fix cars. And we love selling cars too.
Now, it's not often that you get a group of parts suppliers that offer GM, Ford, how many lines do you guys actually work with?
GM, Ford, Chrysler, Subaru, Mercedes, Hyundai, Mitsubishi, and yes, Fiat too.
Oh, Fiat, very good. Now, I see CarQuest now hanging on the wall over here. Didn't see much of that last year. What's going on with that?
We do have 4 CarQuest stores. Augusta, and we have a machine shop in Augusta, Rockland, Rockport, and Belfast as well.
All right, we've put you to the test long enough. Great job. We really appreciate you coming here. You guys are a huge supporter of the Northeast Motorsports Expo, and we really want to thank you for coming and setting up and bringing your crew in here. You guys do a knockout job.
No, we got a lot of employees, spend a lot of time on this, and without them, it wouldn't be possible. So,
all right, well, thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right, guys, I'm over here by the Pit Stop Challenge, and I'm talking with Speedway Illustrated's Carl Fredrickson. How you doing, Carl?
Better than I deserve. Having a blast here today.
Oh, it's always fun to have you. We always look forward to seeing you here. It's kind of like a staple now. And you guys did the media challenge and didn't bring home a 4th trophy.
No, we're all devastated, but it was glad to see you to go to that group. And what do they call themselves? Mainly Motorsports Junior or something like that?
I think they were the Naughty 40 Junior crew.
Naughty Junior, yeah. And there's not a better group of people in racing. So if it's going to go to somebody and their charity is a wonderful thing. So I was glad to see them win if we couldn't.
Definitely. Now, everybody knows Speedway Illustrated, everybody around here, and they love meeting up with you. They know they're going to see you once a year, and it's right here. So I'm glad to see you here. We had a quick discussion earlier about how you guys actually have a modified car, and it got some racing action this year. Yeah. You want to talk about that?
Sure. We had Dan McKegg drive the car one time, and he was brilliant, even though he got it on 2 wheels for a moment, but he made the feature. He was fantastic. Tony Rickey drove the car a couple times. He crashed with it. David Oliver drove the car. He crashed with it. Maybe I should stop loaning it to guys here in Maine. Actually, we're not. We're going to keep loaning it to guys and having fun with the race car. That's what we do.
I'm sure it's fun to put different people and see what they can do in the car. Now, when we're talking about Speedway Illustrated, how do they get a hold of it? If they want it to show up at their house, it's a monthly, quarterly?
It's a monthly magazine, and we're having a special here at the show. You get a whole year of Speedway Illustrated, the 2 current issues, and a T-shirt, and the whole thing is just $10. So you get America's Favorite Motorsports Monthly, a T-shirt, and the current issues, just $10 here today only at the show.
That sounds great. Make sure you guys make your way over here to the booth right behind the Pit Stop Challenge. Talk with Carl and sign yourself up for some Speedway Illustrated. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you. My privilege.
All right, guys, we're over here with Lee from Four Seasons Synthetics and AMSOIL. And Lee, you've done a knockout job. You've got a beautiful display over here. Everybody's been wondering what's in the tent. It's genius. You've been getting people coming in here, checking everything out. What do you want to talk about today? I know you're a man of a million words and a million products, but what are we talking about today at the 2016 Northeast Motorsports Expo?
No, well, to correct you, I don't have a million products, Corey. AMSOIL, Four Seasons Synthetic, the AMSOIL factory connection, as you know. AMSOIL is a main line. AMSOIL started the whole synthetic lubrication industry had with the first API approved 1040 back in 1972, and they never looked back. Everybody else is playing catch up, trying to catch up to us. Nobody, we just want to be the best. We don't want to dilute the formulation to be sold in the Walmarts and the Kmarts and the BJs. We just want to be the best. If you want the racer's edge, come see me at Four Seasons Synthetic, your Amsoil factory connection. Now, this is getting a little off track, but I want to make an announcement tonight. And did Paul? Yeah, Paul walked away. But anyway, the Amsoil Factory Connection network of dealers awarded Paul Started Racing the first annual sponsor Dream Team Award. We're helping him with the purchase of the car. He's one hell of a racer. He's not just a racer, he's also a sponsor's dream team. He's out there stepping forward with the Barbara Bush Children's Hospital, Children's Cancer. He and his wife have done Toys for Tots, Drives Forever. This has been up at Maine Med, and the kids in the Barbara Bush Children's Hospital have come out and gotten the picture taken with the car, and those that could have sat in it and everything else. He and his wife and Matthew are just wonderful, and we're here to help support him, and he's looking for sponsors. And I know you said no other people can step in the picture, but if this guy could pan around that way, there's Paul, or Paul can come on over here. Paul deserves a lot of credit. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Here's the guy, Started Racing.
Well, congratulations. I know you've been driving this car, but you've been driving it for somebody else. Now, the keys are yours. What are you going to do with 2016?
We're going to continue what we've been doing for 3 years, the 3 years we ran it, and run the wheels off it. And we'll also continue, we gave rides, hoping to continue doing that as well this year, as long as I have cooperation from wherever tracks we are.
All right, well, definitely check out Lee Amsoil. You can find him everywhere. I know the stories that people have told me. I ran out of oil. It was Saturday night. We had a big race on Sunday, and then Lee shows up in the driveway, drops a case off on their front porch. So, Lee, thank you again. You're a huge supporter of the show, and we love what you do for us. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Corey. Thank you, Steve Perry, for these events. I'm a firm believer in cross-promotion, and Steve is one hell of a guy to do cross-promotion with.
All right, thank you very much, Lee. Back to you.
I'm Dan Wolf. We've been selling and servicing vehicles on Route 25 in Gorham since 1972.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. I personally drive and inspect every vehicle that we sell.
At 21st Century Motors, we have a great selection of vehicles and financing for all credit scores.
At Wolf Auto Service, our ASC certified technicians do quality auto repairs at just $58.50 per hour.
Get more for your money at 21st Century Motors.
468 Main Street, Gorham, Maine. Online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scotchrecreation.com.
New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Join us for our 25th anniversary year. Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports. And now the guy that stepped up in a big way this weekend was Dan Walker, not only helping with security, helping with tickets, and helping with the Pit Crew Challenge, but then sent him on a project to do some interviews later in the day. And as we were trying to put a show together amongst putting on a big motorsports show, so he went out and caught up with some people that were involved with the show, and Warren Hamilton in particular, amazed me. I mean, got to do the car on, they won the best Super Late model, and more comments from people about how beautiful that car was, and comments on everybody looking at Louis' car out in the north wing, and the snowman, and the kids loved it. I mean, seeing people having their pictures taken, absolutely, the kids loved it. So thank you to Dan for what he did, and enjoy what Warren Hamilton had to say about his show as well as his teams.
We're here with Warren Hamilton from ASM Graphics, and Warren has several cars that have been on display here all weekend at the Northeast Motorsports Expo. And Warren, the quality of work that you do on these race cars is unbelievable, and the traffic that's been through here this weekend seems to have been good. How was your weekend here?
Very good weekend. It's been very busy. There's been a lot of people with a lot of interest, and I think the cars pretty much speak for themselves. I have a good friend of mine, Dale Averill, who helps me with some of the design work, and his design work is pretty much second to none. And as Greg Peters' cars and John Peters' cars shows, that we won the best pairing Super Late model, so a lot of people are interested.
Now we're standing here by Nick Cusack's car, and you also have Dan McKegg's car here, Corey Bubar's car, just all top-notch looking equipment and generating awards. So when you come to a show like this, do you pick up any business contacts? Is that what
we do? Definitely. It's been a great help. Last year we had, I think, 3 cars here, and this year we have 7. So that's kind of speaks for itself right there. But we've had a lot of interest, people picking up cards and pens and whatnot with our information on it. And I know I've already scheduled in a couple cars for the next couple weeks. So it looks like another good season.
And ASM Graphics does more than just race cars, and you're located in Scarborough.
Scarborough, just down the street from Beechridge. You can literally throw a baseball to my house from Beechridge. And we do everything. We do commercial vehicles, we do trailer wraps, truck wraps, signs, banners, magnetic signs, pretty much everything that's printed.
So let me ask you a question. When these guys get down to business on the racetracks, with these new wraps now, do they have to come to you more often now for rub marks and things like that?
Not really, because most anything can be touched up. If they tell me they tore a door off, I can just take 2 points on the car and figure where I need to print, and just print it in about an hour, and they can put it on the car themselves, and they're done. No body shops, no Bondo, no paint, no nothing. Just quick and easy.
Chalk it up to another successful weekend, and I guess now it's time to get down to racing.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Warren.
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems. Even collision avoidance systems. Not available in all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel.
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 9 locations in Maine.
Remember when you picked up a car key at the local hardware store? Then they said the car dealer was your only choice. Now there's e-keys for cars, the fast, affordable solution to your car key and remote needs. Spare or a repair, you'll be serviced by e-keys trained technicians while you wait. And yes, e-keys still handles emergencies. But why wait? E-keys for cars. Trust them with all your car key related needs.
They raise the bar. E-keys for cars.
Our competition thinks we're crazy. You decide. Hi, I'm Scott from Scott Recreation. We need to sell 30 more campers before the snow flies to make room for all of our incoming snowmobile trailers. We've got over 50 new and 50 used campers, our largest used inventory ever. Make us an offer. Seriously, make us an offer. Save thousands, not hundreds, on the deal of a lifetime.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Come on, make us an offer.
And one thing that show was full of all weekend long was race car drivers. The ones that had their cars there and the ones that didn't have their cars there. But that show was full of race car drivers. And of those race car drivers, many of them were champions, whether past, present, and a lot of them are going to be future champions. And, it's funny how this sport is, I mean, we all talk about the kids coming in, these young kids moving into late models and super late models and the legacy cars and the New England 4-cylinder Pro Stocks at Wiscasset and the Bandoleros that New Hampshire and Star Speedway had on display and the legend cars, obviously. But what never ceases to amaze me is the veterans that you just keep getting the job done. And the one I'm more particular that I'm talking about right now is Timmy Brackett. You know, he had his car, and I never realized, you know, it was a different look for Timmy Brackett. Last year's car had the Napa look and everything, and I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. But then I, you know, stopped and read the sign, and it was a replica paint job and a look of the car that Timmy drove back when he won his first feature. So that was quite amazing, and you know, appreciate Timmy. You know, those are, you know, the kids are always excited. You know, Josh Childs, I mean, so excited to participate in his first show, and did all the right things. Had a great display, had his family there with him this weekend, had his sponsors there, had his girlfriend there, was there to answer questions, was there to pose for pitches, was there to take it all in. And, you know, so Josh Childs on one end of the spectrum. On the other end of the spectrum, Timmy Brackett has done his share of shows, has raced a pro stock before, has won obviously the championship last year, so it's nothing new to him. But you know what? Timmy Brackett was there to do his part. And we even got him to participate in the Tracks and Tour Championship, Pip Crew Challenge, which you heard him if you were there on the microphone. He'll never agree to do something again before knowing what it is. But you know, that was pretty cool to see him do that and participate in that event. So yeah, really appreciate that. And Dan Walker caught up with him, and you know, see what Timmy has to say about his retro look and everything that he's got going on this year. And then we come back after that, you know, the winning pit crew challenge team, the hell of a good pit crew guys. I called it. I called it. You know, I didn't know who the tool team. They had a couple newbies. You know, Chris Nelson and Kyle Treadwell new to the team, but Kyle, Dustin, and Jimmy, you know, been there for 3 years, just gelling. Bunch of good race car drivers that can change some tires. But hear what Timmy Brackett and Dan Walker have to say, and we'll come back and hear what Jimmy Childs has to say.
We've caught up with Tim Brackett, a champion driver from Oxford Plains Speedway, who has brought out this really nice yellow paint scheme this year on his super late model he'll be campaigning in 2016. And Tim is celebrating an anniversary with this paint scheme, and I'll let him tell you about it. Tim, sharp looking car. Tell us about the concept behind that.
Well, I won over 50 wins at Oxford this year, so we thought it's kind of a milestone, so we thought that we'd do the paint scheme that we won our first race with in 1979. It was a 67 Impala, and we've been brought back the old sponsors that most of them still aren't in business anymore, but we kind of went retro on it, and I like it a lot.
It's a hot looking car, and you've got the sign here, and the show seems like it had really good attendance this weekend, and I'm sure a lot of people caught a glimpse of the car. The plan run full time again, and some selected pass races for you this year?
Yeah, I'll run full time at Oxford, everything at Oxford, and you know, we might venture down to Beach Ridge, pass race or something.
Now you're going to be chasing the kids around again this year?
I'm going to let them chase me again.
So this paint scheme here, you said you were celebrating your 50th win,
yep.
And just everybody, just check out this car if you have a chance to. You will see it on the racetrack. It is bright yellow, very sharp looking, and Tim Brackett will be back in the driver's seat this year at Oxford Plains Speedway.
Welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
To order copies of a show, send a check or money order for $15, shipping and handling included, to Mainely Motorsports, 326 Roosevelt Trail, Windham, Maine, 04062. And please add a description of the show.
One company is on a mission to put 1 million people to work each year. Sounds like a big number, doesn't it? Not to Express employment professionals.
With jobs for CNC programmers and welders, we can find you the best opportunity.
Let us help. We'll open doors for you.
Here we go again.
again, snow, ice, and freezing rain. Be ready with a new set of winter tires from Town Fair Tire. We stock Michelin, Goodyear, Bridgestone, Firestone, General, Uniroyal, Toyo, Yokohama, Continental, Pirelli. Every name brand at the guaranteed lowest price. Get to Town Fair Tire today and drive with confidence this winter. Because when it comes to saving you money on name brand snow and all-season tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your main returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Four Seasons Synthetic. See them for all your Amsoil product needs. Town Fair Tire, with 6 locations in Maine: Auburn, Augusta, Bangor, Biddeford, South Portland, and Topsom. Awards and recognition. Your #1 source in New England for all of your award needs. Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and one of the biggest events of the weekend, and people really enjoy whether they participate or watch it, is the Hell of a Good Pit Crew Challenge. And got a member of the winning team, but we don't want to touch on the winning team yet, but let's just talk about the challenge. We got the tracks and tours, we got the ladies. Next year I'm going to do a kids one. I mean, how much fun is it to get your chance to do this?
You know, it's all about fun. It ain't about the money, you know, it ain't about none of that. It's just, you know, it's all about fun. I mean, you got kids doing it, you know, you got ladies doing it, do a great job. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, it's about family. That's what we all are. You know, we got, you know, five of us. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, no, and I remember the first year we did it, nobody dared to do it. So I was standing there, and I looked around, and there was 4 fat guys, so I grabbed them. We weighed up at 1,800 pounds, and we did it. We weren't good, but we did it. So then other people said, what the hell? These guys are doing it. It's fun. So I remember you guys standing there and go, hey, let's do it. So boom, boom, boom. Year 1, you finished 3rd. You came back the next year. You finished 2nd.
Yep. Second, 3-2-1.
3-2-1.
3-2-1.
Now this year you won it.
Now we're no longer the underdogs. You're
the class favorite.
We're the ones they want to be.
Talk about all your team members. Obviously, we got Jimmy Childs, driver the number 10 at the Wiscasset Speedway.
Yeah. Wiscasset, OPS my whole life, race at Wiscasset. I mean, just all-out racer, you know. My brother Billy, he was the original on here. Kurt Hewins was on here. David Whittier was on here, but we have Kyle Hewins. He helps me, you know, my go-to guy. Dustin Sally, you know, championship driver. Chris Nelson, our new guy, you know, he took over for Billy right today. I mean, Kyle Treadwell, you know, just
now
racers.
Well, now he wants you guys to pit for him at the 250.
Well, you know, I was just going to say, you know, these big races coming up, we're probably for hire if we ain't racing. I mean,
oh, no, he's a little cocky, but you know, the nice part about it is Hell of a Good put some money up, $750.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
David Walker came up today and said, you know what, I want to donate $200, so $900.
Appreciate that
so
too.
each one of you guys could be walking out here with $190 a piece. We've made money going to the show. There've been 6 of us that made money going to the show this year. You and me, right? But no, not you guys. You guys are doing a class act. And talk about what you're doing and why you're doing it and what she means to you.
Yeah, you know, it ain't about the money. I mean, we all got jobs. We'll make money. You know, Rachel Du Bois, great friend, her father builds my race engines. You know, Kelly, they're such good people. You know, she lasted a long fight. You know, and her fight ended, but we want to contribute whatever we can to help all them for whatever they need. I mean, it's, you know, it's about family. Rachel was just, you know, a great girl. You know, great memories. You know, but it ain't about that. It's just about helping, giving back. You know, and if we can do that next year, you know, we'll give back every year. You know, we'll find another charity maybe, somebody else that needs help. And if we win again, it ain't about the money for us.
Yeah, and I think maybe we'll add that into, because we do the Meteor Challenge, and that team donated to her. So maybe we'll do that next year. We'll do it. So we'll find a group that we'll match your money. Whatever you guys win, we'll match the rest to go into a charity because, or a family in need. Because this is, and I really appreciate the support of what you guys and everybody that helps at this show. The team that finished second, because last week was a tough week for the Maine racing community. Steve Rennie, you know, my era. passed away, and they donated their $300 in winnings to his family. So
thank them
really,
for that.
really good. And you know, but talk about these times, man. Look, you know, I mean, 3 out of each
two,
round, you were
three.
3 out of the 4 rounds, you had the best time. You know what I mean?
I mean, you know, you had this time here, but we had a couple small issues. I mean, well, everybody did. So we were. I mean,
you didn't panic.
You know, it's all about this. You know,
Yeah, it's
Kyle
all-
Hewins, Chris Nelson, Kyle Treadwell, Dustin Sally, me, my brother Billy. That's what it's about. We're a bunch of racers, 5 of a kind. We're just race car drivers doing the jack stand. So now you got 4 or 5 race car driver champions on a track, and now we're pit crew champions. So, what do
you guys?
Who'd have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk it? Jimmy Charles says, "Who'd have thunk it?" You know, that's a good one. Who'd have thunk it?
Race car drivers.
That's
Give us a gun.
No, give us a gun. That's our new motto. Who'd have thunk it? Hey,
Give
do
me
you
gun,
got that?
give me gun.
Do you got that? Do
You
you got?
thunk it.
I thunk it. Yeah, I'd have thunk it. Right?
Good.
I'm gonna get shirts made up like that. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it? UDA. I don't even know how to spell it, but Jimmy Charles coming up with a new one. Who'd have thunk it? We're gonna put a segment on the show this year. All right?
Who'd have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk it? We got a new segment on Mainely Motorsports. Who'd have thunk it?
You're
So if
welcome.
you're out there and you want to sponsor that, and you want to be the sponsor of the Who'd have thunk it
segment,
the Who'd have thunk it moment. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. No, but I thank you not only for participating in this, bringing your car up, being a part of the show. Your entire family, the whole Charles Hewins group, you guys are motorsports fans first and
Yeah,
foremost.
we are junkies. We're race car junkies. I mean, we appreciate coming here. Everything you do, Steve, I mean, it's bigger and better every year, if it can even get any better. You know, it just, hey, I love it. I'll come back here. I'll paint my car better every year. You know, it's nice
All right.
stuff.
So that's the
Who'da
team
thunk it?
spokesman for the
Yeah.
Pit Crew Challenge and the new sponsor of the Who'da Thunk It episode
Thunk
or
It?
segment of Mainly Motorsports, Jimmy Childs. And what do we got? You shut the thing off, Louis?
Yeah, you guys are done. We're done.
We're done? All right. But listen, all right. So now we know how to spell. You spell it out for him.
HUDATHUNKIT.
Who'da Thunk It?
Who'da Thunk It?
By Mainly Motorsports. Good job, bud.
Thank you.
I'm going to go order my shirts right now.
Our competition thinks we're crazy. You decide. Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. We need to sell 30 more campers before the snow flies to make room for all of our incoming snowmobile trailers. We've got over 50 new and 50 used campers, our largest used inventory ever. Make us an offer. Seriously, make us an offer. Save thousands, not hundreds, on the deal of a lifetime.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Come on, make us an offer.
Here we go again. Snow, ice, and freezing rain. Be ready with a new set of winter tires from Town Fair Tire. We stock Michelin, Goodyear, Bridgestone, Firestone, General, Uniroyal, Toyo, Yokohama, Continental, Pirelli. Every name brand at the guaranteed lowest price. Get to Town Fair Tire today and drive with confidence this winter. Because when it comes to saving you money on name brand snow and all-season tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Remember when you picked up a car key at the local hardware store? Then they said the car dealer was your only choice. Now there's e-keys for cars, the fast, affordable solution to your car key and remote needs. Spare or a repair, you'll be serviced by e-keys trained technicians while you wait. And yes, e-keys still handles emergencies. But why wait? E-keys for cars. Trust them with all your car key related needs.
They raise the bar. E-keys for cars.
Greg Emerson here now. We've kind of hijacked Perry's show from him while he goes and counts his millions of dollars. Looks like
millions, yeah.
Looks like the show was a tremendous success this week, Greg. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, the crowd Friday night was bigger than I thought it would be. And then Saturday's crowd was super. You know, we didn't get the weather that we've had the last couple of years, too. Sunday's been really good. I mean, it's been rainy out and stuff like that, but I thought it's been really good.
We're here pretty much in the last hour on Sunday afternoon, and still a lot of people mingling around, and the cars, the wraps have taken it up a notch.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much easier to maintain the car. You know, it's not like a paint job. If that paint job got ruined, then you have to repaint the whole thing, and it's lots of money. Whereas if it's just a section, they just replace a section.
Now you attended a couple of the seminars, and I didn't get to go to any of them. How was attendance at those?
I thought the spotter seminar, the attendance was very good, and I mean it was the same basic spotter seminar that goes every year, but you always get new people, so you always got to do it, you know. And there is new technology and spotter equipment and stuff like that comes along. This was the first year for Jason Enders and Gary Crooks coming up here. I hope it was successful for them. They did a quick segment on bump stops this morning to introduce everybody to basically the grip seminar, which goes on next month. And that was fantastic. The room, probably 60 people there. I mean, it was great, and they're class acts anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, again, I think Steve's going to be very happy with the show, and I guess probably we'll plan on another one next year.
Yeah, I mean, I got to thank Steve because he let me, seeing how you shamboozled half of my team from last year's media challenge.
Do you want to bring up the pit stop stuff? I finished last.
He let me partake, if you will.
He let you fudge the rules.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I mean, I substituted a girl for 2 10-year-old kids.
And how'd it work out?
It worked out pretty good.
You
we
won,
ended
right?
up winning. Yeah.
So I shot my mouth off. They got the glory. Live and learn. We're on to next year.